Hey Space Watchers, so here we are unfortunately on the last day of GEOINT 2025, which has been for me a wonderful conference, and I have the great pleasure of having Gary Dunow, nailed it, Executive Vice President of USGIF, who has just finished up doing some lovely closing remarks on the main stage. So Gary, tell me, how's it been for you this GEOINT?
Well, thanks. First of all, I'm glad to hear it's been great for you because everybody's asking me how I think it's gone, and it's really important how our attendees think it's gone. The team has worked really hard, and I think we've pulled off a pretty good symposium this year. I'm really impressed with the content, starting with the forward day with the fire panel. I think it was really good to open from an operational perspective, and then hear from Chad Anderson and roll into Paul Lynch from NATO, and just a good balance of technology and operations on everything that's going on across the community. Just from my personal opinion, it couldn't be more impressive. So it's a real privilege for us to be able to showcase that for the community. And having the DNI here was just a major coup, I think, for us. And she's just an amazing person, really impressive. I had the chance to walk her around the floor and see her in action, and we couldn't have a better person in that position, in my opinion.
I think what you just said in terms of having that balance is something that was also reflected in what we saw in a lot of the presentations, the emphasis on collaboration across the spectrum, so with public, private companies, defense, etc. It came together in a nice theme, I think.
That's good. It's something we did a little bit differently this year. Normally we don't have as much industry presence on the stage or any of the stages. This year we had a little bit more of that due to the circumstances, and I think it worked really well for us. So it's a model we want to adopt going forward as we think about how we're going to do this next year in Colorado.
And I shall be sure to come to Colorado. So what was for you the highlight that you really took great pride in or enjoyed the most?
Yeah, so I think obviously the DNI, because this is the first time she's spoken domestically at a function that supports the intelligence community, so it was really important for us to hear what she had to say. I think Katrina Mulligan's presentation from OpenAI, I think that was really impressive for everybody. And debunking some of the myths about AI for this community, because there's a lot of hesitation to use it operationally, and I think hopefully we move forward in that regard. And then ending today with General Saltzman and Admiral Whitworth. Couldn't have asked for a better way to wrap things up.
And again, like you say, so the nice balance between the different days, getting the right people in place. It wasn't loaded at one end, so it was spread quite nicely.
Right. Yeah, and I don't want to forget our students. We're sitting right here with our student posters in front of us. It's always important for us to be able to have a place for them to come and show off their work and be recognized. We're really happy for Dr. Amanda Fetch, who won our poster contest and will be presenting next year in Colorado. As well as they're all at 3 stages, the Innovation Hub, where people are given lightning talks, the Vista Hub, and the Government Hub.
That setup works quite nicely, and we tend to see that in the way space conferences are set up. So with that in mind then, what is it you're looking forward to doing next year, or what changes are you thinking of making?
So we've been talking about that quite a bit, and we're going to get the team together not next week. We're all going to take a little bit of a break after this, and then the week after that we'll get together and talk about some of the ideas we've had. Though are maybe moving to a tracked approach, where we can have a specific track maybe for education or for AI or space, and then we can focus a little deeper on some of those topics. My job here is to provide the thought leadership for the organization. So for me, the content is the most important piece. We all love to get together. It's like a big reunion for us. But I really want the content to be what's the draw for everyone. So we're hoping to up our game again next year.
I'm just going to touch on that because that's something that I picked up in a lot of the presentations and the talks was this element of education. Certainly for young people, but also for the wider industry and people in government and agencies and businesses. Is that also something then that you would like to build on for next year?
It is. Our charter is to be an educational nonprofit organization and generate those conversations. I think we've had some pretty good conversations here. We'll see how we do next year.
Well, I just have to say, again, it has been a pleasure. It was lovely visiting St. Louis for me for the first time. I've really appreciated the breadth of activity that you've had here. So thank you very much, Gary.
I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you.
No worries. And Space Watch out.